Hey guys, Chris here, and if this were a Dr. Diggs video, we might open up with something like, "Good afternoon, everyone. It's not a beautiful day here in the Rocky Mountains." And that's because the skies outside are covered in apocalyptic smoke and there's ash falling from the skies today. And I'll share a picture of this because it's been kind of a crazy day here. There's like this auburn glow coming from outside all day because of the wildfires, but all that means is that it's a great day to stay inside and talk War of the Visions because I recently hit day 200 on my main free-to-play account. And just like the other show and tell videos, I want to go through and talk about tips, tricks, and strategies rather than just have you look at all of the cool stuff on my account. A lot to talk about in this video, so like Darth Vader requested in Return of the Jedi, I'll dispense with the pleasantries and put us back on schedule. If you guys like the video, do that thing down there with the thumbs up and the red button. Okay, jumping right in here, and the first thing I want to get to is something that's kind of fun, and we'll go into my units for this. And it's talking about what happens when you take a character and you completely max out their skills. What happens with the JP that you get for that character, because you can't spend it on skills anymore. And so on my Lucia here, if I go to abilities, you're going to notice that I've actually maxed out every single ability on Lucia. And this took a long time to do, a lot of time in the guild barracks, a lot of battles, so you'll see everything in here completely maxed out. And yep, turns out you still collect JP, so I'm gonna see how high I can run this up. I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments section below if you have any characters you maxed out and how high your JP is. I may go for seven digits here, and I might be making a video in like 3 years. It's like, hey, finally hit 1 million JP on Lucia. So anyway, that's just something kind of fun I wanted to point out, and you still do collect JP. So maybe if they add more abilities on the ability board here, like further in the game, if they add like 7-star to characters or increase job levels or something, I'll definitely have the JP to do that, but we're going for 1 million, guys, so we're gonna keep you updated on this as my account goes and as the game continues. The second point I wanted to get to here is rank 94, and I've had a couple of comments on my YouTube videos that said, okay, rank 94, free to play, sure, whatever, you're not free to play, there's no way. And I assure you, I'm absolutely free to play, and I'll show you exactly how you do this, and you get to rank 94. If you scroll all the way down here to your SR characters and your rare characters, there's one way to easily gain rank XP, and one thing you'll notice is out of 80, 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 everything SR and below, I've already taken to limit break as far as I can, as far as I have the shards, and for everything SR and below, that's max shards by now because I've been playing since the start of the game, and then I've awakened all of these characters to level 80 as well. And this is pretty easy to do. You don't have to spend any rainbow fragments to do this. If you go into here, you can take all of your SR characters to 4 stars without spending any rainbow fragments. Now, why would we do this, you ask? Well, we're going to go back to the home page here, and if you go to your missions, you'll notice there's missions to awaken units and limit break units, and this gives you rank XP, and this also gives you Visual. So, go into missions here, scroll over to your account missions under training, and you see awaken units, perform 200 unit awakenings. I'm not there yet, but I've done 170 of these. And then limit break units also, it's at 218 out of 220. So a couple more limit breaks and I'll have 200 more rank XP. So this is how I've gotten to rank 94 as free to play, and there's a couple advantages of this and one major disadvantage, and I'll talk about the disadvantage first. The first disadvantage is that a lot of people were holding their rank back purposefully because of match battles. They wanted to get Hermes sandals, so they wanted to win match battles, so they were holding their rank back on the free match here so that they matched up against lower ranked accounts and it was easier to form win streaks and get more medals and so on and so forth. But now that they have auto battle and match battles, I've never really seen the value in that, first of all, but they have auto battle now, so I really don't see the value in that. I would just suggest that you just go as high rank as you can because of the advantages. And the first advantage is that your energy cap goes up with every single rank that you go up, so that's obviously a good thing because you're not always going to be spending your energy. Sometimes you'll reach the cap. In fact, unless you're playing pretty much all day, every day, you're going to reach that cap a few times. And then the second big thing is your friends list. you're going to have a greater cap for your friends list. The higher rank you are, you'll see I have 46 out of 47 friends here. Okay, well, BlueStacks crashed in the middle of me talking about this, so I'll just finish up the point on this. The point to having more friends is that you can get more friends medals from your friends every single day, and now that they've added things like unit shards to the friends medals in the Mog shop, as you can see up here, it's definitely becoming more valuable. So you want as many friends as possible so you can get as many medals as possible, and you can save up those medals by unit shards. So having more friends is obviously a really good thing, increasing your energy cap, push your rank up as high as you can because those advantages really good. All right, the next thing I wanted to talk about is rainbow spheres, and I'm starting to find that rainbow spheres are a major bottleneck for leveling up units. And I've really had issues with, I'm completely out of rainbow spheres right now, and the thing that you're going to see as you collect shards for characters, you're going to start being limited on these rainbow spheres and rainbow fragments, as you can see right here. I only need 5 to max awaken Glaciella here, and I have 23. Rainbow fragments are not a problem at all. Rainbow spheres are, and the main reason for this is vision cards. And I've talked a lot about vision cards in my last few videos, and tips and tricks, and free-to-play players, make sure you level up vision cards. If you do level up vision cards, you're going to be very short on rainbow spheres. And this one right here, this level 99 Scion of House Baelv card, great card, but it also cost 18 rainbow spheres to create. And if you look at my other vision cards, I have tons of vision cards waiting on rainbow spheres to awaken here, and you guys are probably having the same issues, I'm assuming, because I have lots of unit shards. I'm really having no problem leveling up units as they get to certain limit breaks, but vision cards, really big problem. Like you can see, Tetrasylphid ready to go to 3 stars. I need 5 more rainbow spheres. And so I have a ton of vision cards here that are just waiting on rainbow spheres, but I'm spending them on characters. So that's one of the things I'm finding as bottlenecks. Anytime you can collect rainbow spheres, like the raid event right now, you can get 3 rainbow spheres in the raid store. Make sure you pick up every single rainbow sphere you can, especially by day 200. The rainbow fragments are starting to take a back seat for me. So anytime you go into these shops and they're offering rainbow fragments and rainbow spheres, I would pick up the rainbow spheres first and consider the rainbow fragments a fallback option. So you see rainbow spheres here, grab all 3 of these before you grab the rainbow fragments when you do the raids. All right, another thing I wanted to talk about is these UR guaranteed unit summon tickets. And you guys have probably gotten a couple of these now with these UR unit pieces or as gifts from the challenge boards and things like that. And there's a couple good reasons not to pull right away with these tickets. And I don't have any of these currently on my main account, so I'll overlay my phone account here where I do have a couple of them. But one thing you're going to notice as we go into the summon board and we pull up these tickets, if I click on this little magnifying glass here and I pull open the drop rates, there's the list of units that's in here, okay? And one thing we need to keep in mind as free to play is that this unit list will update as they add units to the game and as we get further into the game. So one strategy you can do is you could actually hold on to these tickets. If you have a lot of units you're already working on and you don't have any units banners that you've already passed on that you don't want or that you don't really need at the time, then what you can do is you can actually save up these tickets, and then as they add units to the unit pool, you can pull on the unit pool. So for example, on my phone account, you see I have 2 tickets here, and the only units that they've added here to the pool that I don't have would be Ildira. I've already pulled Kilfay, I've already pulled Venera, I've pulled most of these units on this list, and so I'm just going to hold on to these, and this list will get updated. You'll see Ildira just got added to this list, and they're going to add Glaciella, Laswell to this list as the months go on. So one of the strategies I would do is if there aren't units that you don't already have, and the reason I don't have these on my main account, and we'll go back to my main account, I don't have Venera, I don't have Kilfay, I didn't have Rain at the time. So there's a lot of units that I didn't have, so I waited for them to update this list. I've held on to these tickets, So they were all in the unit pool. Now the chance that you're going to pull these units is super low, but I waited for this list. I ended up pulling both of those, and I pulled rain with that. And so one of the strategies I would hold on to is if there's units you're looking forward to that you want. So for example, Howlet's coming up pretty soon, but we're all probably pretty short on Vizor, as you can see. One thing you can do is hold on to these summon tickets, and then you could wait till Howlet gets added to the unit pool, and it's usually a couple of weeks after that unit launches that they get added to these guaranteed pools. And that at least gives you a chance to pull some of the units of the banners that you skipped, and that way we can increase our overall unit pool of things that we can grab shards for or add into our accounts here. All right, another invaluable tip that I can give you guys for free to play, or really for anybody, whether you spend money or not on this game, is that a second account for multis is invaluable, because now they have these host bonuses for multi-rooms. And so if you're hosting a room, sure, you might be able to solo clear it. And I actually do this a lot on my iPad as I'm working. I'll just be tapping on my iPad and going through it. But if I also have my phone with me and I'm able to join with my second account, you're going to get host bonuses. So if you have a main account, and whether you run a second account or not, you can just create a second account, jump into these rooms, whether or not you have a character that can contribute to the room. And as long as your main character can solo the room, you're going to get extra rewards for that host bonus. So that's something I actually would recommend to pretty much everybody, because it's really easy to do by yourself. And another reason not to have randoms joining your rooms is they may drop out, or some people troll by attacking your own people. I've only encountered that like a couple of times. But the connection, if you just have one account or maybe even two accounts on your internet connection, the battles go a lot quicker, I've noticed. When I have randoms come in here, sometimes you get people from either overseas or just have slow connections, and it takes like 5 to 10 seconds before it even connects to them for them to take their turn. So the battles actually go quicker. You get a host bonus. There's a lot of reasons to have a second account jump in here, whether it's your account or someone else's account that's a friend that you can farm with, which I do regularly with my brother MD. So this is a huge recommendation. I would recommend you drop in here, grab a second account, and get those host bonuses on your main account. Okay, the last thing I wanted to talk about here is these step-up banners for Espers and Vision cards. And as free-to-play and light spenders, this costs 10,000 Vizor to get a guaranteed Vision card in Esper, which isn't too bad. But the thing we need to keep in mind, and if you guys have watched my videos over the last couple of months, you know how much I've been harping on Vision cards being a big difference between the top-level players and the lower-level players. So I definitely endorse grabbing some of these Vision cards. And you'll notice I didn't cover Titan in my planning guide, and that's actually simply because I don't think he's as valuable as some of these other ones like Fenrir and Aegeon, which is coming up. But the one thing we need to keep in mind is a lot of people have asked me, should I spend this 10,000 Vizor and do this step up to get Titan or Fenrir or Aegeon or Diablos, any of these step up banners? And my only advice would be, if you're gonna spend the 10,000, make sure you have the 20,000 so that you can max out the card while it's here. Treat them just like units on their banners. Make sure you have enough Vizor to grab all of the shards you can for these cards while they're featured, because yes, it's great to have the Espers, and it's a little bit different than units, because just grabbing the Vision card, you can get some really great Espers, which I don't think the Titan Esper personally is worth the 10,000 Vizor, but things like maybe Fenrir was worth the 10,000 Vizor. But if you're going to go for the Vision card and the Esper combo, I would wait if you have 20,000 Vizor so you can max out the cards. So you're going to pick up the 3 25 shard packs, and you're also going to be spawning Whimsy shops during that week to try and get as many shards as you can for this. So my advice for these step ups is, it's not that you shouldn't go for them, it's just that I would treat them like all or nothing. You either have 20,000 Vizor and you go for maxing out the card, or you just don't pull on it and you save up the Vizor and spend it on unit shards. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about here while we're talking about Vision cards is that there's a lot of MR Vision cards that are just as comparable or just as good as some UR Vision cards. And so the example I'm going to use here is this Soldice card that came out pretty recently, and this is slash attack resistance up for the party, and when you max this out, I believe it gets to 20%, but of course that's when you max it out. That takes a lot of rainbow spheres, as we talked about before, and it takes a lot of shards. Well, the MR cards, there's a lot of good alternate versions of these UR cards. So the MR version of that would be the Iron Giant. which maxes out at 15 slash resist and is a lot easier to get shards for. So just because you don't have the UR version of a card does not mean you need to stress about it. So for example, also Fenrir has Tonberry coming out that has magic resistance as well. So you don't have to stress about not getting these UR vision cards. Sometimes there's really good MR variants that you can use. In fact, I'm using this in my arena team right now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope there's something out of this video that you guys got that can help your accounts. And let me know how you guys are doing right around day 200 here on your accounts. You're probably just past day 200 if you've been playing from launch, or just let me know where you guys are at day-wise and how your accounts are doing. And thanks for watching.